Hello and welcome to News at 10, our last bulletin for the day. We're live on 3FM 92.7 and streaming on the internet at 3news.com. The news is coming to you live from the News Hub at Adisawe Kanda in Accra. Let's start with the day's news highlights. 4 suspected members of the group which attacked the Tamale Teaching Hospital and chased out the Chief Executive Officer David Akobila have been arrested. The group accused the CEO of incompetence and misuse of hospitals' funds. Meanwhile, leadership of the group are demanding the release of their members from police custody after the 4 were arrested on Wednesday. On the roadmap towards lifting of the ban on small-scale mining is expected to be announced on Thursday, August 16. The roadmap would outline measures to regulate the activities of small-scale miners and guide their operations. And the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRA, says it will not allow its members to work on weekends as proposed in the free senior high school double-track system. According to NAGRA, although it supports the system, it will resist any attempt to get its members working extra hours because it is against the labor laws. And the Finance Committee of Parliament is set to open a full probe into the circumstances leading to the collapse of 7 indigenous banks since 2017. Ranking member on the committee, Keso Atufosin, said the modalities of the probe will be made available to the public in due time. And on the international front, 48 people have been killed and 67 injured in a bomb explosion at an education center in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. Police say a suicide bomber walked into the center while teaching was underway and detonated his bomb belt. Those are our major news highlights. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and on 3news.com. Up next is the big one. Welcome back. Now, 4 suspected members of the group which attacked the Tamale Teaching Hospital and chased out the CEO, Dr. David Akobila, have been released 2 hours after their arrest. It's unclear the circumstances leading to their unconditional release. The Northern Regional Police Crime Officer confirmed the release to TV3 after an identification parade by the Tamale Hospital CEO, Dr. Akobila, Wednesday evening. The group accused the CEO of incompetence and misuse of hospital funds. They also claimed he had neglected them, and despite the role they played in getting him appointed. Dr. Akobila was reinstated on Tuesday after RECSEC unlocked his office and assured him of security. In February last year, another group in a similar fashion demanded the dismissal of his predecessor, Dr. Prosper Akambong. Meanwhile, Northern Region Police Public Relations Officer DSP Yusuf Tanko has confirmed the arrest and says the police have mounted a search for the leader of the Kandahar boys, contrary to claims that no member of the group was involved. He spoke in an interview earlier with Alfred Okanse.
This afternoon, the police, together with the military, went to a section of Abuabu where it's going to be a base for a group that calls itself, and we managed to pick 4 persons from there to assist in investigations. We are going to screen them to see if we will be able to find some of our suspects among the 4. We have invited the hospital authority to assist us in the screening exercise. Also, we have been able to identify the house of one Baba Alasan, who media interview immediately after the disturbance at the hospital. We went to the house this afternoon, but we were not able to get him. Though we've left word with the household that he is needed to assist in police investigations, so he will avail himself. So that is what we have for you this afternoon.
And you're saying that these youth that you have in the custody are members of Kandahar Boys?
Kandahar, yes.
Okay, so I wanted to confirm, because earlier we spoke to the Metropolitan Chief Executive of Tamale, Musa Superior, who indicated that he can actually vouch that no member of this group, Kandahar Boys, was involved in what happened on Monday.
I told you we went to a beach that is known to be a Kandahar beach and put suspects for screening. But mind you, we are not looking for Kandahar Boys to arrest. We are looking for persons who went to the hospital, march out the chief executive officer from the office and locked it up. So in the course of our investigation, we take some intelligence that indicated that some of them are Kandahar Boys, and that is why we carried this particular exercise. Yeah, we are carrying on with our investigations, and that is what the investigations have led us to do. So you can get back to the chief executive officer and engage him on that.
And doctors at the Tamale Teaching Hospital are not backing down on their withdrawal of services after irate youth stormed the facility to chase out its CEO. The Regional Security Council met with authorities of the hospital to talk them to back down on their decision to strike. After a meeting with their members on Wednesday afternoon, the doctors are still demanding the perpetrators render a written apology to the CEO and staff of the hospital, and also signed a bond of never to repeat the action again with the Regional Security Council with evidence of prosecution started. The doctors say until this demand is met, they will not back down on their strike. Patients have been stranded at the hospital following this strike by the doctors after the irate youth stormed the hospital. Let's get on to the telephone lines now. A spokesperson for the doctors, Dr. Michael Dama, is joining us again. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. Now, you are demanding evidence of prosecution. 4 of the guys were told were arrested and released. What is your group's position on this particular development?
Thank you, and good evening to your listeners. As we've all witnessed, some people were arrested today, and it was on this basis of people being arrested and then most likely not being the ones that we insisted that the people should not only be arrested but should also be prosecuted. There should be evidence of prosecution. And then we also asked that if these people are arrested, we would want to see them have some form of being apologetic. In other words, they should recognize that they've done wrong and they should apologize for it.
Are you not asking? Are you not asking too much? I mean,
no, we are not,
because
we need to be sure that we have
you
the
want
right
a written apology.
It's
like you're holding everyone to ransom. Are you not?
Come again, please.
I'm asking whether you're not asking too much, because you're asking for written apology. You're asking for evidence of prosecution. Are you not, by these demands, holding everyone to ransom?
No. We are asking that the people be arrested first, and then secondly, the people should either give us an apology with the bond, or the security authorities should show evidence of prosecution, or both. You see, it helps in this way so that the wrong people are not brought bundled around in the cells for a few days and then released. Today, as you can see, the people were arrested in the afternoon. By this evening, they've left. So if the doctors had just been happy with the arrest situation, the doctors would have called off the strike and nothing really would have been done.
I know I don't want to sound as if I'm downplaying your demands, but I'm focusing a little bit on the written apology aspect of your demand. To what end would a written apology be, especially if the police have started arresting those who were found culpable, and if they're put before the law, what does an apology do in this?
The apology indicates that the people who have been arrested recognize that they are wrong and they are the perpetrators. We just can't pick anyone who can be an actor and come and then do this for a few days and then be released on grounds that that person is a wrong person or for lack of prosecution.
I reckon
we have
that
learned our lessons from so many other cases that have occurred in on other issues, not with regards to the hospital. And we've noticed this with other things that have happened. And so we've learned our lessons, and we realize that this is the best way to go to ensure that the right people have been picked up.
And I reckon from what you're saying that the strike is not ending anytime soon. Is that it? And whilst at it, are you not concerned that lots of patients are stranded and some might lose their lives over this action of yours?
We are very much concerned. In fact, there was a lot of hope this afternoon when doctors heard that the arrest had been done. And people actually started preparing to go back to work this evening at 8 p.m. and start work, only to realize that it was all one big thing that at the end of the day did not yield the results we were looking for.
You suspect
These people are still in Tamale, are still out there. They are still a threat to us, and we are not prepared to back down on our demand.
I was asking whether you suspect that these culprits, those who committed this act, are being shielded or protected by political elements?
We don't have evidence of that, but that is our suspicion. That many of the doctors will tell you that they think that the authorities are more interested in the people that did this because they might be party people or something of that sort, at the expense of us, the doctors, us, the health workers, and us, the patients. Right. That is how the feeling is on the ground.
Right, Dr. Dama, we'll leave it here. We're grateful for your time. Thank you.
And my name is Michael Dama, please.
Dr. Michael
Not
Dama.
Matthew.
No,
Michael.
I didn't say Matthew. I apologize.
It's written
Dr.
Matthew, sorry.
Dama, thank you very much for joining us on the telephone lines. Now, a New Patriotic Party activist belonging to one of the groups based in Accra, the I Group, has actually condemned the Kandahar Boys' attack on the Tamale Teaching Hospital CEO, describing the move as barbaric, shameless, and lawless. The Director of Operations, Nana Redu Ado Chomai, challenged the Kandahar Boys to seek job opportunities rather than chasing government appointees out of office.
The Chief Executive Officer for the Tamale Teaching Hospital, Dr. David Zawumia Akoibila, was chased out of his office by irate youth believed to be the Kandahar Boys of Tamale on Monday. This is not the first time a CEO of the hospital was chased out of office by the group.
And this is what I want to tell the youth. Our president, whenever we will come out with something or somebody that he wants this person to go and lead, that means the leadership of the governors have teamed up together and advised the president whom to use. So I don't think the youth must come out and then go and lock their office. This is not done anywhere. We have leaders, and they are not only the youth in this country.
Director of Operations Nana Reko Ado Choman expressed disappointment over the leadership role of the Kandahar Boys and allied groups, challenging them to seek the welfare of their members and the country.
If they have good leadership, they will not go out there and go and lock office. Because if they are going, I'm sure their leader will be aware. Rather, they will fight or they will caution the MC that find us strata, because this place we are farmers, so that we can do some farm. If the leader said, let's go and do the farm and then push it to our ladies to go and sell it in Accra, definitely 3 months, 4 months we will get money. Everybody will follow the leader.
Nana Rekwado Choman, whilst commending the move by the Tamale Metropolitan Chief Executive to restore order, appealed to the health workers at the hospital to call off the strike.
Definitely we will have patients that they need to attend to. So we are begging them, they should go back. I know the president will not turn his back on them. The moment the DC have assured them that they are going to be safe, they are going to be safe.
Right, let's get on to Skype now. The Director of Administration, the Administrative Director, I beg your pardon, of the I Group, Nana Keja Fraser, is joining us on Skype to throw more light on this. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. Now, your group is condemning the attack on the Tamale Teaching Hospital and its CEO. My point is that is this disagreement with the group not going to create any kind of friction between these two pro-MPP groups? It would be grateful if you could turn down the volume of your television set so we don't get the feedback we're getting. Right, we would have to take a short break and fix the Skype challenges, and then we get back to have that conversation. This is NEWSAT10. We're live from the News Hub at the South Canada. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's now go back onto Skype. Nana Keja Fraser is Administrative Director of the I Group. Let's see whether we get a good connection. Good evening, sir. I was saying that as you disagreed and condemned the attack by the Kandahar boys, are you not indirectly creating friction between two pro-MPP groups?
No. Good evening, and let me take this opportunity to greet your view. I said, no, what is wrong is wrong. We can't accept what is wrong to be right. The act is very abominable, disrespectful, it's unaccepted in the rule of law. There are too many ways to kill a cat. You can express your grievances through your DC, who represents the government in your area, but you can't take the law into your own hands and do what you're supposed to do. I believe the law should take its place and make sure they are dealt with accordingly.
That's a very fine narrative that you're giving there, considering that all these groups, Kandahar Boys Group, your group, the Invisible Forces Group, in the past have used these illegitimate means to express their views or vent their frustrations. Does it mean something's changing within the rank and file of these vigilante groups?
You see, I believe this was made known to us that it's not accepted. Our leaders believe that we need to respect the rule of law. If you have any grievances, you need to express it through the right channel. You can't take the law into your own hands. We've been advised accordingly to this. So I don't see the reason why you should think that you are a group and you're all over everywhere, so you can take the law into your own hands. It's not accepted at all. Our president believes in the rule of law, and we should believe in the rule of law as such. So I don't think what they did is in the right perspective.
I know about taking the law into your own hands because some of these vigilante groups have shown us evidence of taking the law into their own hands. But let me ask you, what will it take for these groups to be completely disbanded? I don't know how to put it, but why are these groups in existence, including yours?
You see, I should say there are different directives to every rule or every group. If I have to express mine or I have to explain mine, all I have to say is the I group is all over the 10 regions of this country. And we over 5,000 members increasingly every day. You understand? And the I group is made up of youth of this country that believes in the ideas and the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa's government. You understand? We believe that creating of jobs is one of their priorities. So as such, what we do is we wait and we bring all of them under one command, believing that, yes, there is an opportunity for us to exploit. So why then do we take the law into our own hands and do what is not right?
Are you willing to disband?
Everybody's willing.
No, what I mean is that are you willing to call off these groups, to completely disband these groups so you don't exist anymore? Because, I mean, acting as a political affiliated groups on the sidelines of your party, which won the elections, appear to be creating problems for your party.
Yes, I believe that for you to be a group, the bottom line is to help your youth to get jobs to do. It's not that you are the security arm of the party or of the government. No, we need to get our youth jobs to do, and that is the bottom line. And this very government is the government that is creating jobs for us to do. He's giving opportunity to even the JHS and the SHS leavers, and as well as the graduates, that you could earn 400 or 800 Ghana cedis to yourself, respectively, if only you want to work. You understand, my brother? Let me take you back to those days where we used to have the workers' brigade, where we used to go and write our names in search of jobs after school. And that's exactly what the I group is doing. Why they can't emulate what the I group is doing?
Right.
As I talk to you now, we've given employment to over 2,500 youth as I speak to you this very year. And why can't they do so?
Right, Mr. Fraser, Keja Fraser, we're grateful for your time. Thank you extremely for joining us. And now Keja Fraser is the administrative director of a pro-MPP group, the I Group. Let's move away from vigilantism. The Finance Committee of Parliament is set to open a full probe into the circumstances leading to the collapse of 7 indigenous banks since 2017. Ranking member on the committee, Kaisala Tuforsing, says the modalities of the probe will be made available to the public in due time. He explained that the committee is yet to decide whether the intended probe will be open or whether it will be in camera. A civil society group, the New Era Africa, had petitioned Parliament to conduct a bipartisan public inquiry into the recent banking crisis. According to the group, the cost of 7 defunct banks in the past 1 year will be borne by people of Ghana. Hence, it will be prudent for them, the people's representative, to probe the issues that led to the collapse of these banks. And that's how we wrap up with News at 10. Thank you very much for making time. Up next is Sports Unlimited with Thierry Nyan. On behalf of the crew, good night. There is more news at 3news.com.